Hi, friends. Uh-oh, Vinny's got his springy. Oh, boy. Okay, so I am enjoying hanging out with you guys always. And I'm seeing you guys like the lives as much as you like the videos, as much as you like the shorts. Ooh, it's a lot of fun. But, okay, so should I do it like I do the Whatnot streams? Let's start it with a dance, okay? Everybody just stretch. Get comfy. Ready? Get a quick stretch. Thank you so much for being here. Hit the like, stretch your finger. If you're wondering what this shirt is about, it's Slumberland, okay? He's supposed to be a demon, right? Like he has horns. Okay, that's the theme. If you don't get it, now you got it. It's okay, don't worry. We'll get into it, okay? I've been dressing up for Halloween. I'll show you the whole outfit though. But that's the theme behind it is Slumberland. We're talking about that. But first, let me tell you, there's something crazy going on, y'all. Something crazy going on. Just hold on. Hold on. Let's get comfy. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate it. Yeah, it's just a Halloween costume. Everybody, it's all right. So listen to how crazy this is. Not only are we talking about Slumberland, which the dude, come on, it's on Netflix. It's becoming worse and worse all the time. We see what Netflix is doing. We're not stupid. We're well aware. Please share, hit the like. But okay, so we're told last night, I was told like, what? I don't know, like midnight or 11, so last night. Hi, thank you so much for being here. Good morning. That there's this comet flying towards Earth, and it is a cryovolcanic comet, y'all. When have you heard the words cryovolcanic? What? Cryovolcanic? What? Y'all, cryovolcanic comet coming our way, okay? Like, it just was like, what? Okay. But guess what? It gets crazier. Because that alone is like really wild. But now the comet with devil horns heads toward the sun and past the earth, right? Like that's what we're seeing right now. City-sized comet racing towards the sun regrows horns after massive volcanic eruption. Don't you just love how they always put these articles out like massive cryovolcanic comet comes our way, comes right towards Earth. Like literally, that was the original headlines. I have a screenshot of it. I can show you that. I'll make a video, like another little video about it. But listen, what in the what, y'all? So they're saying this comet grew devil horns. It said that at first, as I stated, they said it was heading towards Earth, and then I guess it went past us. A volcanic comet the size of a small city exploded as it headed towards the sun, emitting a cloud of ice and gas like a gigantic pair of horns. Doesn't it sound like some type of like, I don't know, maybe a dragon? I don't know. It just sounds strange, okay? Astronomers say. The comet, called 12P Pons Brooks, is a cryovolcanic or cold volcano comet. The comet has a solid nucleus of 18.6 miles wide, filled with a mix of ice, dust, and gas, known as cryomagma. Yo, this is crazy. Scientists say the comet was roughly 3 times the size of Mount Everest. The violent explosion was seen by astronomers October 5th. It's the second one in 4 months, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we're hearing about it. That's why they're going to keep telling us about these cryovolcanic comets, is because that's the 4th one this month. If you pay attention to what's going on in the sky, you're going to see some crazy stuff. Oh, Frank just started his too. Yay, Frank, hi. That's so cool. So, according to Life Science, radiation from the sun heats the comet's insides and it turns into a violent explosion in the sky. Like, what? So it builds up and it violently pabooms, shooting its frosty guts into space. Who wrote this article? Ma'am. The explosion produced a cloud that resembles a pair of horns. You want to see this? I will show you this. Hopefully you can. Does that really look? Don't mind how dirty my phone is. Oh, dang. I guess it does kind of look like a thing of horns. It looks like the Death Star more than anything. Ain't that something? Pons Brooks was first spotted in 1812, y'all. First spotted in 1812, but it just it will reach its closest point to Earth on April 21st, 2024. I thought it just done blew up. Wait, what? I thought the comet just, what? it is likely to be visible to the naked eye before it heads catapulted back towards the outer solar system. The next time it's close to Earth, this close at least, will be 2095, which, okay. So they're saying that parts of it exploded and it ended up looking like devil's horns. I just thought that was a really curious way to start the stream. I hope you're all well. Thank you for being here. Please hit the like, it really means a lot. And what the heck is going on, y'all? What the heck is going on? If you didn't know, I'm also on Whatnot now, so we've been over there. Yeah, this is the one I saw. Colossal, listen to this. Colossal cryovolcanic comet that exploded in space is heading towards Earth. 3 times the size of Mount Everest. They're so dramatic. Why? For a reason. That's why. Okay, let's talk about Slumberland. Y'all know, as soon as I saw the trailer for Slumberland, I was like, I have to make a video about this. This is so very obvious what they're doing. And it's Netflix. So, bye. That's it. I'm just kidding. No. Netflix has been heavy with the symbolism. It is what it is. That's what they do, right? And they do. So, as soon as I saw this, I was like, I have to talk about this. And I made like a first impressions of the trailer and how it looked really bad. Looked really bad. You know, this demon inviting this, child into Slumberland and these whimsical dreams with a horned being that clearly was Satan. Like, hello. But that's fine. Whatever. I thought, maybe I will watch it. Maybe I will determine myself whether this is good or bad or symbolizing more, right? Well, I did watch it. And by the way, that's why the outfit is what it is. I'm dressed for Halloween right now because we're doing Slumberland. And Jason Momoa, The Rock's little brother, he was in it. And this is what he had, like these crazy horns that were very Pan-like. So is it Pan or is it Satan? Or are they the same person? I don't know, just a thought. So, it starts lighthearted because the dad passes away in the first freaking couple minutes. Booyah, spoilers. Sorry, not sorry. We got to talk about that because it's like freaking Disney. They got to punch you in the chest and then they're going to soften you up like butter, okay? It's like, what? You didn't have to just Hadouken me in the chest for me to like this movie. Like, are you serious? Every time a parent dies in the very beginning. It's so sad. Like, that's a really sad, very traumatic moment. And to show that to children again and again in these movies, that's sus to me. Like, I get it. Kids are going to go through really hard things. They're not going to know how to comprehend it or process it for starters. Like, did you process that Bambi's mom passed away in the beginning of the movie? Or did you process a very frightening scene in the beginning and then you knew the rest of the movie was, like, super cute? Because you're a kid. Like, but okay, Netflix, thanks. As any good movie, I guess that's what they did. They had the dartboard of like what makes an amazing movie. Boom. Yeah. Someone significant passes away first couple minutes. Mwah, that's it. That's how we get an Oscar, baby. Okay. And just because you have Jason Momoa, The Rock's little brother, like I know he's like the hottest thing right now. And listen, clearly he takes care of himself. That's very nice. But like, come on now. Calm down. Like I just feel like they thought no matter what he's in, slap him in it and it'll be great. And it's like, that's questionable. All right, so it starts at a lighthouse. Again, significant because what? It's the light bearer. It's the bringing to light. They live in a lighthouse. It's just the dad and the daughter. And by the way, this means nothing. It's neither here nor there. But I had no clue what Nemo was. That's the child. I didn't know if Nemo was a he, sure, him, zer, whatever. And that's fine. But it was like, okay, there's that too, which is Netflix. So Nemo is a girl, by the way. Not that, again, makes a huge difference, but just so you know. Starts at the lighthouse. Dad passes away. Nemo finds himself alone. They're going to the funeral. They don't even have time to mourn, like the circumstance, before they're swept out of their home, brought to the brother that they hardly know. And it's, of course, some place, there's Vinny, further away from home, not comfy at all, total businessman. The dad was portrayed as very magical, whimsical, like wondrous, endless possibility. Like that's what you saw in the father. And then the uncle's very cold, reserved, business, likes door handles. Okay. I think they were really going to go somewhere with that joke. Like, I really think they were going to, like, make more of a joke that this dude worked with doorknobs because, like, maybe he's that boring. I don't know. Maybe he's a knob. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't know. But it was like, okay. So let's go on. It's just typical. Yeah, he's a businessman. He's got an office. It's very fancy. She's sad because now she's without the dad. And I don't like the fact that they were like, now you just have to up and move. Like, what? Mm. Okay. So here's the curious part. It gives me like these Coraline vibes. And this is another part where they were probably hitting the dartboard as to like best movies ever, right? Here comes another dart. Boom. Make a stuffed animal come to life. Poof. There we go. That is the second ingredient to this pie of delicious movie making, whatever. So the little piggy comes to life, much like in Coraline and any other whimsical movie ever. You know, this character comes to life. In Coraline, it's the creatures, it's the bugs, it's the toys. Like they come alive and they're like, hey, darling, you know, it happens a lot. So what does that's curious too. Think about that. What that means significantly or symbolizing. I can't even go into that right now. My brain is like, nope. So the pig is like, hey, I want to go home. And so he's like, come on, let's go home. But no, he actually takes the little girl through a trip through the city so that they can kind of like get a view of it, see what it's like, be like, hey, guess what? It's not that bad. But the kid's like, nah, I really don't like this. It's definitely like a little bit of an adventure scene. It's a bit trippy. Reminded me of Paprika. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but that's more like anime, artsy, Studio Ghibli kind of stuff. Okay, let's go on. There's so much more in this though, you guys. Like there's so much in it. And I'm not just going over like the play by play what happened. We're gonna talk about those things. Please hit the like. Finny is gonna destroy the set again. Don't do it, Finny. I've got your cat hair on my nose and it itches. So when we first see Jason Momoa, he is putting on a costume. He's putting on a top hat. What does that mean? He's putting on a mask. Like he's just putting on a costume. He's putting on a look that's not himself. Okay, that's the very first thing we see. And again, he has horns. He is a furry beast, like a demon, and he does look like a pan demon type character. Okay, he's putting on a top hat, and he tries to hide from Nemo, the child. And so he goes into the closet, and Nemo's like, "What's going on?" And Jason Momoa's all, "I'm not here," but she's like, "You are." And so we can see that Flip is considered the bad influence on her father because the father tells of all these sailing tales, whimsical tales of, you know, his sailing days and being a pirate and sailor and very whimsical, magical, right? So Flip is the bad influence. Don't forget that, right? The demon. Who thought? Who freaking thought the demon with the horns would be the bad influence? Okay. I mean, you know, because Childhood's End, they portray the demons as the saviors. So now I'm confused. Now, like, if I'm supposed to like believe what my TV and movies tell me, is it the bad guy or the good guy? I don't even know anymore. But I know what the Bible tells me. It's a joke. Okay. So he says he's coming to pay respects to the Faja, but of course he's not. Of course he's not. Flip is a selfish person. He's only out for himself. So he's portraying himself as something he's not. He's like there under false pretenses, right? Of course. And he's being sneaky about it. He's actually looking for a map. Go figure, right? He's looking for the route. He's looking for the way. He's looking for the path. Looking for a map. And within the first scene, he snarls at her. He shows anger towards her. He says, "I don't want to be your friend. I don't, nope, don't want to deal with that." Which is how, you know, an adult should approach a child. Like, "I don't want to be your friend." But then, you know, they become best of friends, and that's that. Ugh. All right. I just think it's very curious. There's all these little, you know, meanings, of course, in it. So there's this thing in Slumberland, which Netflix made. It's called the double knock. Okay, it's not just a knock, it's a double knock. And if you double knock, it's kind of like a double dare. It's like a double down, like you have to do it, okay? So she double knocks because she wants to go on the trip that he's taking for the map. Like, "Why are you here? Why'd you steal this map? I'm going with you." And she double knocks, and he's like, "I can't believe you double knocked. No, I have to take you." Because you have to find some reason to have to take the child and make a friendship out of it, I guess. So it's just a lot of subconscious activities that were taking place. They were definitely trying to be like very kid friendly, but they're still slipping that imagery in there. They're still slipping, you know, that symbolism in there. It's very apparent. Netflix is kind of like the BBC. They're so apparent about it that you're like, Like Sabrina the witch, like the teenage witch. Remember that show? Remember how that started off? And now look at it now on like Netflix, the version. Whew, that took a hard left, huh? Who saw that coming? Ooh, it's crazy. All right. So yeah, it's crazy. And in your, they say this, in your own dream, you cannot pass. You'll just wake up. But in someone else's dream, you can pass, and that's important to know, I guess. So that's like, think about that. Think about Neuralink. Think about like where things are going with technology and the capabilities, the possibilities. Finley, must you scratch right this moment? Please, we are streaming love every time. It's kind of like Lock and Key. It's kind of like that. It's very strange. It's like Harry Potter. It's like definitely whimsical. Hot Tub Time Machine, Alice in Wonderland. All of these are very similar. Slumberland. There's he makes up like these rules, right? So he says they're not friends. They're not gonna be okay. And he goes and says to this child, let me pause the music for this, okay? Clutch your pearls, mothers. It's all about the Miss D. Huh? Jason Momoa, what? The huh? The Misty. He's talking about the misdirection, but like, y'all know what people are gonna think when he's saying that kind of stuff. And what do we see in the very first dream? Butterflies. What do butterflies symbolize? The butterfly effect or MK Ultra, things like this, yada da da, blah blah blah. Okay? A whole room of butterflies. But it's actually kind of interesting because the butterflies take shape of humans, dancing humans, and they're like waltzing and such, and it's supposed to be all like whimsical and cute, and then he blasts through a butterfly person, and they were like, and it goes all over the place. It's just wild, right? So that's just a part where you're like, dang, see, some of it is just too obvious. It is just too obvious. It's like they're giving that to us, right? Like a clear indication of what's going on. It couldn't be any more clear. It reminds me of so many different movies, so many movies that are so similar. And then they call themselves outlaws. Y'all, this is a theme lately. What is going on right now? People acting like outlaws. What is happening right now? Like literally in the streets right now. Like cities have been under lockdown. Towns have been under lockdown. Why? Because people are acting a fool. Like running around like outlaws. Listen, you can say it's Netflix, it's a kids movie. I don't give a rat's boot. Okay, the themes repeat over and over and over and over. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you see the theme. It doesn't matter where it repeats. Maybe sometimes you have to consider it's not the messenger. It's about the message, right? Sometimes people have to really adjust to that because you have to be able to hear other views of opinion and even like certain people like Tucker Carlson trigger people so much to the point where they can't even hear what he's saying, even if it is correct. And it's like, listen, sometimes you have to just set that aside. And vice versa for any other person. I just know that they're pretty controversial, okay? People get a little sensitive. And it's like, sometimes you just need to hear the message, okay? It doesn't even matter whose mouth it's coming from. Just like, pay attention for a minute because things are happening. Whether you agree or not, even, you have to be able to make up your own mind. You can't just mindlessly follow what everybody else is saying. It's so boring. Okay, so this, sorry for the mini tangent, but this is also like Tomorrowland. It's a lot. Nemo keeps having nightmares. Go figure, a little kid having these nightmares. And actually, what is this? A sign of CPTSD. If you have a nightmare that occurs over and over and over, and not to psychoanalyze this ish, y'all, but I am going to psychoanalyze it, that's what that is, okay? So, they're having nightmares that chase them. Can relate, girlfriend. Crazy, right? So it seems like Flip, like you're meant to believe that maybe they passed away in the movie. Like maybe he's in a coma. Maybe they're hiding somewhere. Like who is Flip, right? If Flip is in this dream state, this dream world, then he must be somebody in the real life and he must be living. So who is Flip, right? And they really try and misdirect you with this. So, anyways, it might seem pretty obvious to you guys. It's coming, don't worry. It says, anyways, anytime, anything. There's very, very much so, like the emotions are being played on, your heartstrings are being tugged on. And the thing is that he does try and save Nemo from the nightmare, which is when we see Flip and Nemo's relationship start to get a little bit like he's kinder to them, softer, like nicer, like not as rude, not snarly and just condescending. He starts to form a relationship, like being kind to them. Okay, this is another crazy part. There's these room and it flips and it flops and it turns into an elevator. Like literally the walls are like, because it's an alternate reality, right? It's just another world. They can do whatever. So the walls are like caving in, folding in on itself. And that kind of reminds me of like quantum physics and all that stuff again. Just curious. But this in the elevator, it can move like this. Like where? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It could go every which way, right? Up, down, side to side, over and over. Just curious. Do you guys think there's elevators that can do that kind of stuff? I don't know, maybe. Who knows? But anyways, it goes over and then it goes down. Green is another character. Green is yelling at Flip for sleeping and wanting to wake up. Oh, okay. So it's about Green is the RoboCop. Green is supposed to be like the cop of the dreams. She's all like, "You gotta wake up if somebody's there for too long." She's like, "You can't be here still. Like, you gotta go live your life. Like, you can't just exist in this world and forever and have fun. Like, you're not allowed to." Okay. She said, "Get out. No more sleeping for you." So it ends up being to where Green, the RoboCop, grabs them, gets the kid, gets the beast, puts them in jail, right? And this is all in the dream world right now, okay? But she knows, right? Isn't it wild? Thank you so much for being here. And thank you guys again. Sorry to interrupt, but like for checking out the whatnot and stuff. It really means a lot. Like over 100 followers in less than a month. I'm just like shooketh. And I've already sold 11 items, and it just really means a lot. So thank you. So now the reality is flipping because Flip wants Nemo to wake up, and then Nemo's like, all Flip really wants is to wake up, but Flip's like, "I never want to wake up. I'm gonna stay here forever because I want to dream." And that's that typical Peter Pan, like, "I want to be a child forever." And it's like, listen, you can have a whimsical wonderment about you and have this like playful existence without having a childlike nature to it, right? It's two different things. When it's like Peter Pan syndrome, that's when you're like a grown adult who wants to play as a child, who mimics like an actual child. But there's a difference of having like excitement and fun and whimsicalness about you and not thinking, "I'm a 5-year-old" when you're like 40. Just saying, sorry. Had to make that very clear. Let's move along. So guess what this is called? You know, Green, the RoboCop. She's from the Bureau of Subconscious Activities, y'all. The what? The Bureau of Subconscious Activities. Don't you think that exists? Don't you think they're already tinkering a boot? What do you think the Neuralinks are for, huh? They're doing human testing right now. I really need to look back into that because I hope they're caring for the humans. They didn't for the animals, but, you know, we'll see. But seriously, though, listen to that. The Bureau of Subconscious Activities. That's like, I shouldn't say that. So certain areas in the world, they're already to that point, right? Like if you even think about committing a crime, they're gonna know, right? Isn't that wild? Whew. So, it goes very vintage, and the thing is like the Bureau of Subconscious Activities. Listen to this part; it's really important. Okay, stick it in your brain because this movie is telling us something. The whole building looks like it's from the 60s and the 70s. Hear that again, ready? But why does that matter? But listen, the whole building looks like it's from the 60s or the 70s because that's when it began and they never upgraded it since. Let that like marinate in the soup for a minute. Like, wait, what? And that is the government. That is how the government would act. They would be like, "We created this thing." And then it just sits and it is stuck in time. It is just a capsule in time. But in this movie, they go on to explain that time, you can go forward and backwards. And then, you know, that's the theme of the Netflix movies lately is time travel. Did you notice that? Because there's like 3 other movies out right now that are like about jumping in time. Bodies, that's another one. That's like the biggest one out there. Bodies is all about the same body showing up in 4 different time periods. How could this happen? How is that even possible? Because his body was split in time, because he was went through a situation. I won't spoil that one for you guys. Don't worry. Let's get back to Slumberland before I tangent off too far. Hope you're doing well. So good to see you guys. Okay, we talked about the room changing into an elevator. We talked about things getting really crazy. We paused the music for a very seriousness moment. Y'all, this is crazy. And the fact that his name is Flip, he's an outlaw, he has horns, he's clearly Pan or a demon. Okay. Like, isn't that enough? Doesn't that tell you? No. People, like, it is right in front of their face and they're like, I don't see it. What's wrong with it? Okay. Here comes the twist. Are you ready? Prepare yourselves. Flip is actually Uncle Philip. What? Uncle Philip, the one she lives with. The one he's alive, like he's existing in real life. But he's asleep. But Philip is sleeping. But Philip is in the subconscious world sleeping, but he's walking through his life like every day with no excitement, no joy. He sells doorknobs. But wait, I thought the only people in Slumberland were the ones that were asleep. So if Philip is in Slumberland, he's asleep. Just a thought, you know, don't let me go blow your brains or anything, but, you know, math. Just crazy. So he's sleepwalking. Boy doesn't even know he's sleepwalking through his life. He doesn't even realize he lost his happiness and his childlike wonder. It's like the bridge to Terabithia. It's like the Narnia series. It's like all of these things keep repeating. It's like Alice in Wonderland. It's like Black Mirror. It's like, you know, Bodies. It's like all these other things that are like on Netflix and keep repeating like a whole lot. And this is the best part of the whole movie, y'all. It was so worth it to watch for this part because they dog on Canadians, which, by the way, we're neighbors. Love you so much, Canada. No problem. Love Tim Hortons. Appreciate for Timmy Hose. But the number one dream in Canada, they say continuously, is riding a goose through the sky. What? And then the Canadian that they actually show having this dream, because, you know, they show, like, the person that's in the dream having the dream. So he's like, don't let your sticks ever leave the ice. Oh, my goodness. It's just weird. It's weird. And now they're friends. She's friends with the demon. She's accepted the demon. The demon's accepted the child. He's like, thank you for your sacrifice, brother. Now I got your child. So they go to this dark little cabin, not creepy at all, but totally creepy and spooky. And then where do they go? From the creepy darkness to the light. Oh, isn't that strange? That creepy darkness to the lighthouse. Not sus at all. No double meanings there. Not even symbolic in any way. Couldn't even tell y'all. Isn't that so wild though? Like seriously, come on. So it ends up, like I said, being Philip. That's the one that's the uncle. It goes on to this situation where Nemo is just like, I am not doing this. She thinks that she can get her dad back through the Slumberland. Like, she can bring him back somehow. Like, maybe he's trapped there, right? So she goes to find the dad. She gets to spend that little bit of time with the dad. But then the dad's like, listen, I didn't raise you in this lighthouse to live in a lighthouse. I raised you in a lighthouse so that you would be prepared for anything that happened in life. Whatever. I don't know. The whole time he's like, you're going to live here forever and you're going to take care of this place and this is all for us and you and So it's like, I don't know. He's trying to pass on the light, but then he's like, you can go have the world, like, weird. Obviously, the dad doesn't come back to life. What ends up happening is that Nemo's in this dire situation. The uncle's like, I'm trying to find Nemo, but he's being a wuss. There's like cops with him and he's all scared and stuff, and he's like, where is she? But then he sees her laying on the ground and she's all like, I might not make it. And all of a sudden, Flip inside of Philip wakes up and he gets all buff and strong and he even stands up, y'all. That's how you know he got all tough, okay? He stood up and he was like that. lunging, like a just like, I will save them. It was like, okay. Just ridiculousness, okay? So he wakes up, the beast inside of him apparently wakes up, saves the kid. And it goes on to where she stays with Philip, with the beast. And when she wakes up, she says, "Is it Philip or is it Flip?" And he goes, "I." Like, yeah, it's both. Like, there's these two inside of me, as in one. So it's like, y'all, he couldn't even say, like, yeah, they're both a part of me, or like, yeah, that's me. It's like, no, they're talking about the demon inside this man. And she's all like, will this demon protect me for life? I get it. I know what the story's meant to be. Obviously, it's supposed to be cute. Obviously, it's supposed to be this sweet, like, Mary Poppins, happy little ending. Everybody's happy, even though she lost her dad in the first 2 minutes of the movie. And it's like everything that mattered about him doesn't matter anymore. Because she's got Flip, her uncle, that she never knew. But movies, y'all. It definitely took a book, like a tip or two from Disney's biggest hits. It definitely hit that dartboard of what makes the best movie. Oh, it's, losing the parent. It's, animals or like creatures coming to life. It's the most ridiculous stuff. I don't know. I think my first impressions were pretty spot on. I think that it was what we anticipated and what I imagined it would be. Many of you thought too that it's sus, it's strange. Like, why would they make that? Like, what? And I felt the same way. It's like, okay. But then again, I don't know. It's kind of like Adam Sandler, where they're like milking that cow to the point where the teats might fall off and they might like just croak. They might just turn right over, which is terrible. Sorry. I could have put that a lot later. But seriously, though, it's like, Adam Sandler, we love you. Please don't work yourself to the point where you're going to, like, I mean, he done sold his soul, but you know what I mean. They gave him this deal where he couldn't refuse. Ain't that what happens? You go to the crossroads, there's that deal put in front of you, and you decide, do you sell your soul? Do you give up everything for that life? Some people do, which is crazy. It's crazy. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. I so appreciate it. I'm just checking if there was anything else I wanted to address when I was talking about this. And the one I watched recently as well, Bodies, that one was wild, y'all. And I try not to watch this stuff. Like, I don't have time to watch things. Like, when do you watch things? Never. I never watch stuff. Like, ever. I don't, like, literally just don't have the time for it. So when I do, it's like, I really hope it's decent. And it's like, dang. Dang. What did I do? Oh, and if you guys didn't hear, we already, like I said, sold 11 items on freaking the whatnots already, and I'm just so amazed. Thank you. So, ancient Voyager probes plead for end of life. NASA says no. Ancient Voyager probes plead for their end of life. NASA says no. Listen to like I just can't. I cannot with these articles. Why? It's so strange. Did you guys hear about the whole thing with Lewiston? Multiple people were dealing with the situation Wednesday night in Lewiston, according to the police reports. It was that thing where, that whole area of people were locked down, and then that other thing happened the very next day, and then everybody was like, oh my gosh, what is happening? And it's like, oh, just the same thing that's been happening, but no one's going to do anything. Don't worry. We're all going to be really sad for a second, and then it's going to pass us on by. It's really unfortunate. It really makes me crazy. Like, genuinely. Oh no, y'all. Listen to this. Scientists caught men's stuff defying one major law of physics. What? Daily telescope snapshot of the brilliant green comet before it left forever. Wait. I thought, is that the cryogenic? Cryovolcanic one? They said it was coming back. Y'all. By the way, another thing I got from like all these movies lately is definitely BW, as in BIO. You know where I'm going from there. Yeah, it's coming in the wind. I feel it. I sense it. There's that, okay? During my meditations, I'm really sensing some type of something. Or like another outbreak of something. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, let's leave it there. We'll discuss it later. 5,000-year-old tomb hugging skeletons in Scotland is Neolithic featured Future of engineering. So here's another thing, okay? Another thing that's coming up a lot more lately is cracking open these old tombs. Y'all know, you already know, the frickin' movie writes itself. You know what I mean? Like, for example, species of X lay dormant for millennia till tomb was open. Strange disease plagues area. No clueth why. Y'all, come on, you know. Not funny, not funny, but it's the truth. Or like, weird substance, never seen in hundreds of thousands of years, found in tomb, causes strange reaction, leprosy, and the kikis. Earth's air glow to give NASA a window into space weather waves. Earth's air glow. Ever heard of air glow? When I turn out the light at night, my air glows. I can't, I'm sorry. What? I get it. Like, okay. Earth's air glow for signs of weather-produced waves can reach the mesopause and disrupt satellite communications. It's the glowing of our air that is screwing up the satellites, y'all. That's just an excuse for when they cut down all these Starlinks. I swear to goodness. Here it is, 1,300. 13,000-year-old fortress ruins in Siberia mystifies experts. More and more of these ruins are getting cracked open, and something's about to happen with that. I promise you that. Like, I'm calling it. Let's make that one. I'm going to have a prediction board or something. One of my predictions for, like, the next 6 months, something strange comes from ancient tombs. Or, like, something is the result of ancient tombs, okay? Put that one up on the board. The next one is going to be like about the neural link and connectivity of just reading each other's brains. Imagine being in a room where you can't say something and you're so uncomfortable, but if you're wearing something in your ear and thus your family member or partner is also wearing something in their ear, and you could think to yourself, I need to GTFO, and your family goes, and they'll turn to you like, girl, you good? And they say, we gotta go. Like, they don't even gotta say it. Boom. Family gets up, backs out slowly. Thank you for the good time, Irish goodbye. I could just imagine. You know they already do it. You know they're, whatever. Shut up. You know what happens. Oh no. You guys, we only have a little bit longer. Aw, I was really trying to stream for a hot minute, y'all. I gotta plug it back in. Let's go over a little bit more space news, then I'll let you go, because you guys got a busy day. You gotta get up about your day. But I really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me, checking out my channel, checking out my whatnot, DameVonBonDaisy, checking out my TikTok, checking out my Snap, checking out my Insta, and all those things. Okay. Oh, did you hear about the new colors on Jupiter? Because they took a different picture. They're like, upgraded picture shows color on Jupiter. No, they admit that, like, obviously these photos are edited and doctored. So are they really just like, a little bit of green on the top? Let's get them interested in this. New color found on planet. When it's like, is that so? A giant Smurf on the side of Smurf Cat shows up on Mars. NASA wants to fly this nuclear dragonfly drone on Saturn's moon, Titan. Fun. How fun. Y'all, look at NASA go. They don't even care. They don't even care. Sharpening vision. Okay. Ooh, I'm not even going to discuss that one. That one's a little bit too controversial. Light and gravitational waves don't arrive simultaneously. I'm going to click like for that one because we can learn more about that. But I guess we'll leave it at that for now. Thanks, guys, again for hanging out with me. Don't forget, yeah, exactly. That's where my head's at. I think that whatever's going to happen with Starlink, like, guys, it's a web up there. If you have that app where you can track the Starlinks around you, I totally just saw that piece of fuzz, y'all. Oh, my God. Please look it up. Like, look at all the Starlinks in your area. Because when I looked, it's scary. Like, it's scary to know how many Starlinks are in my area. And then other people started recognizing it and talking about it. And I was like, oh, thank God. Because it can't be me, right? It can't be me to be like, hey, you guys, you look silly. So do you. Thank you so much. Aw. I'm dressed up for Halloween for Slumberland because he's a demon. So that's why I'm dolled up today. Why are you dolled up? Thank you, though. I really do appreciate that. You guys are so amazing. We do have fun. But, yeah, so that's all the craziness that's been going on. Hey. Chaos, y'all. Yeah, if you guys did miss the outfit, ta-da, there it is. Hooray. But do check me out on the Whatnot, on TikTok, on everything else. Don't forget, like, sub, hit the bell. Stay awake, stay aware, stay well. Take care of yourselves. And yeah, I have a couple other ideas of streams I want to do, so don't worry. Your girl's going to be here as much as I can be. And just in as many costumes as I want to be. It's the third one today. Did you know that? It's okay. I cosplay all the time. It's honestly like all through the year. I'm cosplaying or like dolling up, so it's nothing new. Oh, you guys, here's Anna the zombie. Let's introduce you to Anna the zombie real quick. This is Anna. She's a zombie. She's also the mannequin that I use to show off. Look at this. Pow. It's like our loving homemade merch. And there's also going to be a series about Anna the Zombie on my TikTok very soon because we have to do like these series. No, I'm Flip from Slumberland, y'all. I'm not trying to be no demon, and neither is Flip apparently. Don't you get it? Oh gosh, you guys are so meta. JK, lol. See you later. Bye. Love you. It's okay. You guys will get it in like a week. I'm just kidding. I'll explain it later, Grandpa. The slang slays. I'm still in evil Janet mode. I apologize. If you haven't seen The Good Place, she's so funny. She calls people butt farts, and it just cracks me up. So I try really hard to do that, like, assertiveness, but it fails me every time. Thank you, though. You look so pretty. You guys are the best. All right. Do take care of yourselves. Look at this stool. Do check out the other social medias. Oh, I painted that. What haven't I painted? Oh, Anna. No, I did paint Anna.